What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Solgr and Fusha Only Show podcast, episode number 51 this week.
51.
Yeah, 51, cruising right along. I'm Solgr Only.
The one and only Fusha as well. I be here.
And joined once again from our brother across the pond, Homicidal Lou. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing alright.
I'm pretty sure it's bigger than a pond, but that works.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how they always say that, you know, from the other side of the pond.
Right.
From the other side of the bathtub.
Yeah, downstairs bathroom.
Yeah, whatever that means.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So yeah, I've really been looking forward to this week because we had a pretty eventful week. I mean, like you know, Fusha's been playing a lot of Destiny. She's really dove right into it.
Yeah.
Been playing a lot with us together. There was a lot of stuff on the Destiny 2 front that we're gonna get into. A really big blog post that they put out on Wednesday. State of Destiny 2 blog post updating, you know, because we talked about that TWAB that they put out like a month ago, talking about some of the changes that they wanted to implement in the future, but then we just didn't hear anything after that, and that's kind of what it was this past Wednesday, was them updating the progress on all those things that they wanted to, and there was a lot of stuff on it, so we'll get into that. You know, there's a couple updates coming in December and all that, and then we're gonna look ahead at Curse of Osiris because that's dropping Tuesday, and then we're also going to look at some other stuff that's been going on. There's been, especially with Battlefront 2, there's been a lot of backlash towards loot boxes and microtransactions and stuff like that. And of course, Destiny is also not unscathed in that as well, because there was a little bit of... Yeah, right?
And you did a little naughty thing.
Shame.
Tisk, tisk.
Yeah, tisk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get into that
I don't know where that came from.
All right. Yeah, and then like I was looking at actually this one was on my phone. I need to pull up on my phone. So I have this like video game news app on my phone where it's like a feed, and then it'll have just like articles and little video game news. That's
AKA IGN.
No, it's not that one.
Oh, it's a different one?
No, this one's it's literally just like video game news, I think.
Oh, well, then AKA I don't know. I tried.
Right. I mean, I'm not really going to dive into it too much. There's just a couple headlines to these articles that sounded interesting that I was going to look ahead.
It's this Circle of Doom.
Yeah, it's loading right now. I don't know why.
That's what I always tell members when it's loading. I'm like, sorry, I got the Circle of Doom. It's spinning, but it's not loaded yet.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. But I know one of them, it was kind of interesting, worth noting. Hideo Kojima is going to be a presenter at the Video Game Awards this year, which I think is pretty awesome. And then...
Isn't he working on something with...
Yeah, he's working on Death Stranding, a game with Norman Reedus and Mads Mikkelsen and Guillermo del Toro.
Wasn't it the other one that he was doing with Norman Reedus canceled or something?
Yeah, that was Silent Hills was going to be the name of the game, but how that game had the dopest like announcement how they did it, because at first it was this like demo. It was called PT, which was like playable trailer is why they called it PT, and no one knew what it was. It was just this like demo. It was this first person like spooky wandering around a house almost. Well, not almost, that's what it was. You were wandering around the spooky house, and then if you beat it at the end, it finally went into this little unveiling trailer that announced Silent Hills.
Oh, okay.
And
so with him presenting this year, it'll probably be something else that he's been working on?
Well, we saw, remember the first trailer for Death Stranding last, was it E3 2016? Because I think we saw it last year. Because I don't think it was this E3. It might have been last year, but one of the E3s there was the Death Stranding trailer. Remember, it was the one with Norman Reedus on the beach with the like oil and whales, and he was holding the baby, and then he had like the
weird cut.
He had like
in his stomach.
he had like a C-section scar. It was just really bizarre. And then they did another trailer like months later. And remember, it was Mads Mikkelsen, and he kind of went like shh, like that, and then like the oil was leaking out of his face or something. Like, it was just really weird. And no one.
Sounds cool.
Right,
it looked incredible. It looked really good.
I love Hideo Kojima games, like, and I can't wait to see what this game is. The unfortunate thing is that it's obviously probably a few years off. Like, I don't think.
More than likely.
I bet we won't see this game until probably like 2020.
I definitely agree.
Like 2019, the earliest, probably.
Takes time to make a good game.
Hey, Taco Jumper, how's it going? Taco's in chat.
Hello.
Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. We're just recording our podcast right now.
That we are. Getting sidetracked as always.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
That's what we're good at.
Yes. There's one thing I liked about the PT, and is that it was a playable trailer. I mean, that's honestly the first I've heard of a playable trailer in gaming history.
That's a cool way to do it, though, is to do like where you play through and then it goes into the trailer. That's a really dope idea of how to like advertise for the game.
Yeah, I mean, I recommend companies doing that because it's unique in its own basis. Like, it won't hurt for like game developers to try something new, you know? And something like a playable trailer is that new thing that we need in the gaming industry these days.
Right.
Yeah, we really do, because there really has to be something that separates themselves from the herd, right? Because there's so many games that come out now. And real quick, I want to mention Wild Wolf. Thank you for that follow. Welcome to Soldier's Army. Yeah, I mean, because, you know, we're seeing it now where games... You know, we've kind of talked about this before where, you know, we used to see the big AAA games kind of just at the end of the year, kind of fall holidays type thing. But now we're seeing it, especially in the last like couple of years, you're seeing them year round. Yeah. Like the two top games this year that's in the Game of the Year discussion came out like in March, end of February. One of them was, so Horizon Zero Dawn, I think, was like end of February. And then Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was like beginning of March when the Switch launched. So you're seeing a ton of games, you're seeing indie studios. So to your point, Homicidal, like that would be awesome to see more interactive trailers like that.
Yeah, it's unique. It brings the crowd in, like, to see a trailer, but it could be played. It's just like, you know, who does that?
Yeah, because I remember
but it's good.
Yeah, because I remember when PT came out, I remember thinking that same thing. I remember thinking like, God, that was such an awesome way how they did that. Like, I had never heard of anything like that before. And what's interesting about it about this still is you obviously can't download that anymore. You know, there's no way of getting it. So the people that had PT, you know, that at the time downloaded it on their PS4 or whatever, they still have it, you know, and they're actually still able to dive into it. And
it's great.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I don't have it on there, so I wouldn't be able to, you know, play it. But if I went to a buddy's house or something that had it on his console, you know, then we'd be able to give it a shot. So it's crazy.
I didn't play it per se, but I did see some gameplay of it. And honestly, I would definitely get it as soon as the full thing comes out.
I would. I was really bummed out when I heard that game got canceled.
I was too.
Like, I was really bummed, but I am glad to see that Hideo Kojima is working with them still on a different game now. You know, because like, unfortunately, because the game, you know, Silent Hills, that PT announced, like, that game did get canceled a few years back. But it's awesome to see that they are working together now on something else, whatever this Death Stranding is going to be. Like,
I'm surprised other companies haven't picked up on that, because I mean, it's such a shame that the game got canceled. So the only playable part of the game is that trailer. So it's like, I'm surprised other companies haven't picked up on doing so, and it just sucks because it's got canceled.
That game has been kind of thrown around about maybe being rejuvenated, brought, you know, kickstarted back up again, you know, because I think Konami, I'm not positive, so don't quote me on it, but I think Konami might still have the rights to that.
I would hope so, because all of his stuff is incredible.
Because this is back when Hideo Kojima was still working for Konami.
That's true.
Remember, after he put out Metal Gear Solid 5, there was that bad breakup between them. Like, it was a miracle he even finished Metal Gear 5. Like, the stuff that's been coming out over the last year of what it was like, his, you know, the ending, the last, like, 6 months of development of Metal Gear Solid 5, like, it came out that Konami, like, pretty much locked him away from his team, remember? Like, he wasn't even able to even contact his team, and, like, it's a miracle that Metal Gear 5 even got released, and with it being as good as it was.
Yeah, it's a shame people are that screwed up to, like, go out of their way to try and, like, you know, sabotage somebody else that, like,
especially with what he did for Konami during his time there.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not a good practice, and it doesn't have integrity.
No, it's honestly gave Konami quite the bad rep in the video game industry. Like, everyone is just
hating on them right now.
Yeah, like the Video Game Awards last year, Jeff Keighley, the guy who pretty much runs it and hosts it, he gave Hideo Kojima the I can't remember what the award is, but it was kind of like Outstanding Citizen or Outstanding Developer Award or something. I can't remember what the name of it is. I'm butchering it, but he gave Hideo Kojima an award. And remember when we watched it, he was kind of like, when he was introducing Hideo Kojima, who he's a very close friend with, Jeff Keighley was like kind of like tearing up a little bit.
You was, see, because you could tell that it was real sincere, that it's like, you earned this. This is...
And that's when it started coming out with what had happened between Hideo and Konami.
Because I remember even in his speech to giving him the award, it was like, after everything you've been through and everything that's happened, no, there's not a single other person on the planet that deserves this award more than you. It was really awesome.
Yeah, so I'm kind of stoked to hear that they're going to be there at the Game Awards again this year. That's actually what I'm looking at right here. Here's it says Hideo Kojima, Guillermo del Toro, and Ace 7X guitarist confirmed for the Game Awards. Let me read this real quick. With just a few days to go before this year's Game Awards, some of the event's celebrity talent in gaming and other circles has been revealed. As revealed by the show's Twitter account, Metal Gear and Death Stranding creator Hideo Kojima will be a presenter at the show, as will Kojima's friend and collaborator, the film director Guillermo del Toro. Kojima and Del Toro were working together on a new Silent Hill game before it was canceled. Del Toro, who directed Pan's Labyrinth and Hellboy, is a character in Death Stranding, but he apparently is not involved in the game's creative decisions. The fact that Kojima and Del Toro are both appearing at the event doesn't guarantee we'll see or learn something new about Death Stranding, but we sure hope that happens. Yeah, that would be nice. It's worth noting, I think I did hear that the Video Game Awards this year, I think it's actually going to be streamed. I know it used to be on like Spike TV, but I think
it'd be kind of good that they stream it, because we don't have Spike TV anymore.
The Game Awards takes place the evening of Thursday, December 7th. So it's this Thursday.
I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I've never heard of Spike TV.
Really?
Yeah, it's a more American thing.
Yeah.
Network.
It used to be a good channel, but we don't have it anymore because the cable companies and their contracts. There was a big dispute for a while where they were like arguing over what channels were to what networks, and so it's like depending on what cable you have, depends on what channels you have. And it really sucks because sometimes you want those other channels, but you can only get them because they're exclusive to that cable company.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
It goes into like what they're doing with net neutrality and what they're trying to do with that. It's like, no, just leave it be.
I agree. I mean, in my opinion, you should be able to watch whatever channel you want as long as you're paying for the cable.
Right?
Not if you're with a certain someone, you can get to see certain channels. Like, it shouldn't work like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're paying for it. You should get the channels, like.
Well, and
So.
And another thing is, one of the companies, their shows come on an hour before the other companies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like shows, if I'm going to watch something that I know my mom's going to watch, she's going to see it an hour before me and it won't come on my program till then. It's lame.
Yeah, it really is.
It's frustrating.
Very. Mm-hmm. Used to be a good channel, though.
Yeah, it was. So, I mean, I actually like it better being on, you know, like so much stuff we watch now is on stream, you know, like.
That's what I like about the internet and everything, is that you're able to just Google, look it up, or, you know,
yeah, and if you miss it, you know, you can find it later on in like a video, you know, like when we've been missing the first 2 Christmas Iris streams, you know, like I was at work, so we had to watch it later that night, like after work. And
well, I usually try to watch it on the way home, but sometimes you sleep.
Yeah, that's what's funny too, because like, yeah, on the way home from work I'll sleep in the car and then get home and get right on the stream. Like I'll sleep in the car on the way here and literally just jump right on the stream.
That's exactly what you do. I've learned to just let you sleep.
It's worth noting too, at the Game Awards on Thursday, Sea of Thieves will appear at the Game Awards later this week. The company has confirmed. According to Gaming Bolt, Xbox marketing manager Aaron Greenberg said during an Extra Life live stream recently that the pirate-themed multiplayer game will be shown during the event, which takes place on Thursday, December 7th. And this is really one of the biggest games I'm really looking forward to right now. Like,
that one did look fun, being able to shoot your buddies out of a cannon.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I really want all of us to get this game. Like, this game would be so awesome for all of us to play together, you know?
I still need to get Fortnite.
Yeah, we still need to download that on the Xbox.
Yeah, I haven't got Fortnite on Xbox either, so...
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, we'll have to get it on that.
I'm not
See, and Sea of Thieves is going to be interesting because it is an Xbox exclusive. It is a play anywhere, so you will be able to get it like on PC and Xbox.
Oh, right.
And some of these play anywhere titles are also cross-play. Like, some of them you're able to play, Xbox players are able to play with PC players. So I'm wondering how this would work.
That would be ideal.
So I'm hoping this one's going to be like that, with it being a play anywhere.
That would be cool.
So it's going to be...
I agree.
So once it gets closer to release, we're going to have to get this planned out because this game would be awesome for all of us to play together. Like, pirate-themed multiplayer, you know, sailing around, finding treasure.
Getting loot.
Yeah, getting loot, fighting other, you know, human-controlled players. Like, shit like battles, pirate battles. Like, it looks like a pretty dope game.
Yeah. It does look really good. Like it's like going back to, I don't know, never mind. I lost my train of thought. I had a thought there for a second and then it disappeared.
Just totally sailed away.
Yeah, I couldn't get it back.
All right, well,
I tried.
All right, we'll go around the horn and talk a little bit about.
Sail away, no pun intended.
Say yeah, right? Sail away, no pun intended, as we're talking about pirate-themed games.
Oh my, yeah. It went down with the ship.
Right. All right, well, we'll kick it off with what we normally do, going around the horn, kind of talking about what we got into over the last week. We'll start with Homicidal.
Well, first off, I got my first loot crate.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it incredible? It's like the best thing in the world ever. You don't know what you're going to get, and it's just amazing.
His was Loot Crate, too, not like the Loot Gaming ones that we get.
Was it the one
it was the general Loot Crate.
Was it the one for November or the one for December?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was November one.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, it's greater than I thought it was going to be.
So what was some of the stuff in it?
Well, I got a Widowmaker pop figure.
Okay.
A Black Ranger minifigure.
Nice.
Got a pin comic. I forgot what was on the shirt, even though I'm still wearing it.
All right.
Great. It's my right shoe on my right foot on my left.
Right.
Just kidding, but no, Loot Crate is incredible.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, the reason I asked is because we're supposed to be getting the one for December that's gonna have Guardians of the Galaxy and Destiny 2,
Star Wars, and then a mystery franchise,
and then another one. So I'm really excited about that one. I just have to remember to cancel it before they withdraw it for January.
Yeah, because we normally get the Loot Gaming ones pretty much every month, but this one was like a regular general Loot Crate one.
I got the Loot Gaming one for this month.
For the next one, yeah.
One that would be really cool to get someday is the DX boxes, where it comes with like can come with overall the box is valued higher, but it can come with like an actual jacket or hoodie or blanket, or it has more quality stuff, even though what they do in the regular ones are still good quality, you know. It's but yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, Taco said in chat you should try a site called Humble Bundle. It gives you games for cheap. You can also sub in it, and it will give you a lot of games for only $12 monthly. You know what? I actually heard about that really recently. The Humble Bundle. I saw it somewhere.
Yeah, one of my friends showed me Humble Bundle.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into it, but it sounds cool.
It gives you quite a lot of decent games as well. I mean, I did see H1Z1 on there for the subscription.
Yeah. Taco Jumper says that he uses it and has got a lot of games from it so far. Yeah, $12 a month. That's not bad either.
That's better than 1707.
Right? Isn't that? It's Gamefly, right? Yeah.
Oh god, it's
Well, I mean, gameplay's been good for us. Just when we kind of like use it, you know, I kind of slack and don't use it. Speaking of which, I need to send that one back so I can get either the next one or another one back, because remember that it wasn't reading that disc.
That's the problem with Gamefly. Sometimes
I have had that. That is the second time that's happened. That's
Third Strike
pretty much the only downfall.
I already forgot the name.
Humble Bundle.
Humble Bundle.
Yeah, we might have to give that a shot.
I'm blind.
No, I literally just saw that. I had never heard of Humble Bundle before, but I literally just saw that like a couple days ago somewhere, and that's what I think it was. I think it was advertising H1Z1 being brought to it. I think.
That'd be cool.
It said something about it, I think, but
it also has random games become free for a certain time. That'd be really.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good.
That's even better. Why aren't
one of the games I got from there that was free was Brutal Legends, pretty much game that has Jack Black in it.
Yeah,
I forgot what you do in it.
Yeah, we actually got a Brutal Legend shirt from one of our loot crates. Oh, and he said I guess you don't even have to sub to get them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like
you don't need to sub to get games. It's just a 12 bucks a month that you need to pay for the games at the high. I think it's like high-end games that they do release, because they did put H1Z1 on the subscription.
Right.
Nice. Well, other than the loot crate, what else you do this past week?
Trying to catch up on Destiny 2 and trying to get to 305 before the Curse of Osiris DLC.
Nice.
What's that?
Just trying to complete the race as well.
Right. Yeah, I know. I can't wait for Curse of Osiris. Yeah, especially once we're gonna be getting into, here in a little bit when we get into some of the Destiny stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and then for Fusha, like we said, you've been playing a ton of Destiny.
A ton. Have I been playing it for 2 weeks or 1 week? A little over a week.
It's been a little over, because I think we talked a little bit about it last week.
That's what I was thinking, because when I played with you earlier today, I ended up leveling up to 18. And I've discovered I like the Dawnblade more than the
Voidwalker. Yeah, more than the Nova Bomb.
Yeah, I like the Dawnblade a lot more than the Nova Bomb. The Nova Bomb I wasted a few times. I'm like, where's my Dawnblade? And I'm like, oh wait, no, I have to change that. Okay. So I'm still learning, but I'm getting up there.
I think once you unlock Stormcaller 2, I think you'll like that a little bit more than Nova Bomb, but I have a feeling that Dawnblade is kind of going to be your main subclass. I think that just fits probably your playstyle a little bit better, because it's those like continuous supers where you can keep throwing it. Like Nova Bomb, it's just that one throw.
I miss. I don't have good aim.
Honestly, I don't really have good aim with Nova Bomb either. You have to get used to the arc, because it arc, so it's almost like throwing a grenade in some games. You kind of have to get used to the aiming on it.
Some grenades from time to time. I'm like, oh no, I should have jumped when I tossed that. Now I just hit myself. But I think my light level or whatever it is at like 153 or 152.
I think it was in the 150s.
Yeah, so
when you signed off.
It's not quite up to the recommended 160 for the next campaign mission. That I'm just kind of grinding it out and going through adventures. So.
Yeah, especially the other day, I was really surprised because I think I don't remember what I was playing, but I was in here streaming. We were playing something, and I know that you were in there playing solo. And I remember when I signed off this stream, and I went in there, and I'm like, "Are you on Isle already? Like you made it pretty damn far, like on your own."
You got through the campaign quicker than me and you.
For real, like definitely quicker than my first time. Actually, probably quicker than even all the other times, because I've been through the campaign 6 times now, counting the 3 on Xbox and 3 on PC. But yeah, you're flying through it.
I don't know what it is about Destiny 2, but I am just in love with it. And it's like I remember trying to play Destiny 1. It was too hard for me. I couldn't get the fighting, like the shooting down right, and I kept dying and dying and dying that I got so frustrated. I'm like, I'm just not gonna play it. But then, like, when I did the beta of Destiny 2 on PC, it made me like, oh wait, this game is actually fun. I just have to give patience and time to actually get decent enough at it. And so when we got my own copy of Destiny 2, it's just surprisingly been really easy for me to pick up. And I think it's from all those nights we played zombies, where I was able to practice on my shooting. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it though.
Yeah, because before we started playing a lot more zombies, you kind of played a lot more like platformers, and if it was a shooter, it would be like a more third person.
Yeah.
Because you played like a lot of Uncharted and stuff like that, but then when we started playing a lot of zombies, yeah, it got you used to that, like to first person like shooter mechanics.
The most exciting part is when you don't realize I'm playing and you come into the room to let me know you're going on a smoke break. And I'm like, hey, wait, look at what I got. Look what I got. It's cool. Yeah,
it's wait till you get to the level 20, like the end game, to when you start getting legendaries and exotics and shaders and you get more to that like cosmetic grind to where you actually make your characters a little bit more customizable and stuff.
That's gonna be cool, because I honestly at this point can't wait to get more emotes and shaders. And a sparrow, even though I still haven't mastered how to drive an arrow or sparrow. What did I say?
An arrow.
Long day.
Yeah, long day.
Sparrow.
It is kind of weird in Destiny 2 how you don't really get your sparrow until practically the end of the campaign, like pretty much at the end. Like
I want a new sparrow too.
You could buy it off from Everest. As soon as you get to the farm.
Have to look into that.
To the farm, right?
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah, at the farm when Eververse opens, I think. Yeah.
I'm gonna look into that tomorrow.
So yeah, I guess you could do that.
I need to learn how to drive those things. I'm not good at it.
You know what? They're a little weird to drive on PC. I'm still kind of getting used to them on PC. When I play it on that, it's kind of weird driving it with mouse and keyboard.
I bet I would get it a lot easier on mouse and keyboard than I would.
It's weird because you hold down right click to go, and then you can kind of aim the way you're going, like with the mouse. But then also your WASD keys is also, you can also control your left and right directions as well. So it's really weird.
Yeah. The only thing about me playing so much Destiny 2 is I don't know a lot about how things were in Destiny 1, So with the whole comparison and debate of, oh, this one was better or this one was better, or I liked how they did this and they changed that, those things I am completely oblivious to. And I realized that when a coworker at work commented on the Ghost shirt that I wore, and he's like, oh, I like Destiny 1 so much more and I don't really play Destiny 2. And I'm like, I don't know much about Destiny 1.
Right.
And it's just kind of like, you know, that's where I lack. But I am really glad because it's like fashionably better than ever. I'm glad I'm into it now.
Well, and like I told you kind of like lately too, is for you personally, like I think Destiny 2 is kind of a better
start.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier. I mean, because it's more geared towards casuals than D1 was for sure. So I think D2 is easier for you to get into than D1 would have been.
That's what I think so too, because I know I had only tried a few times with D1 and it wasn't working.
Yeah,
it was like hitting a brick wall. But this one I've been able to pick up and get the hang of, and
yeah, you've been doing really good in it.
I'm proud.
All right, and then as for myself, well, yeah, this week was really weird. I played Destiny 2 on PC pretty much every day before work, so I was getting up at 4 a.m, not intentionally. It wasn't like I was setting my alarms at 4. Like I still had my alarms the normal time at 7, but I just would wake up and couldn't go back to bed, so I was like, might as well play Destiny 2 on PC. And it was off stream, so I finally played some games off stream. Like I started streaming back in March, and I had never played a game off stream.
That's true. It's very, very rare for you to play a game off stream.
I never have until then. Like I literally never had. And it was kind of weird. It was fun because it was nice, like kind of not having to worry about talking all the time and like just kind of just being able to relax. And it was funny because like I'd be playing and I would find myself like looking over, and it was weird not seeing Streamlabs and OBS and chat and Pandora and all that I have up over here, you know, like, because then like I would be like looking over to like read chat or whatever, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, nothing's there.
It's like even when I was playing with you today, when I was trying to get away and not die, I was still leaning back on like at the edge of the bed where I was sitting. I was still leaning back like, no, don't die. I was still like going forward and moving with it too.
If you streamed, like I think you would probably get a lot of viewers right off the bat because like you're pretty entertaining to watch play it. Because you do that whole like moving with it like and then when you do your warlock jump, you're like you're like floating and like.
It's true. I can't help it. It's just like, you know, sometimes I talk with my hands, and when I play, it's like I have to move with it.
No, it's really funny to watch you play it, and
yeah. That's my problem with racing games as well. I turn, I just end up actually moving with the turn.
Move with it. Yeah, I don't think I really do that anymore. Like, I mean, I think I probably did it when I first started as well, but...
Well, even when you first started, I don't think it was as drastic. Like, I think you still moved a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, it probably would have been... If I did ever do it, it would have been probably back, like, when I very first started playing games, when I was really little, probably.
The good old days.
Right. But yeah, other than that, I mean, some Destiny on Xbox as well throughout the week. I didn't really get into any more Assassin's Creed Origins, and it's funny, even though every day this week I always wanted to get back into it because I really want to get that campaign finished. My coworker, my buddy at work who I work with, he has finished the campaign, and he was like trying to. You could tell that the campaign ended so well that he wanted to keep telling me about it, but he just kept being like, no, you gotta play it. Yeah, you gotta play it.
Some people are good at keeping spoilers away, unlike me.
Right.
Unlike me. Well, but it's depending on what it is.
Right.
Right, yeah. But then yesterday we did get into Fortnite, and I had a blast playing that last night.
That one looks fun because, like, PUBG always looked fun, but there's no way in hell I'd be able to do it. But Fortnite, seeing you guys play it, it does look a lot of fun. Like, look up.
Yeah. PUBG's more for. I think it's a little bit more for the kind of hardcore. I mean, casuals can play it, but I don't know. I think more casual players and stuff are gonna have just more fun with Fortnite because Fortnite, even though it's so similar,
it's much more relaxing.
It is. It's much more relaxing. You kind of don't take it as serious, so you kind of don't really get quite as salty playing it
because of all the bright colors.
Yeah, it's just different. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, because we pretty much the whole night had a group of 4. You know, like I remember FGS would leave, and then Boo would come in, and then like someone else would leave, and then Inebriation's homie Jay came in. Like it was awesome. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think we ended up playing till I think it was almost 1, wasn't it? When I
think it was because I ended up getting back from my friends at 11, quarter to 11, and I played a little bit more Destiny while you were in here playing that Friday night.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna be getting into Fortnite quite a bit more. Yes. And obviously it's blowing up. I mean, it's obviously not blown up to the proportions that PUBG was, because I mean PUBG got to a point this year that was just insane. You know, I mean, I don't even remember. Sometimes I'd see 180,000 people watching it. You know, it's insane. How well PUBG did. I mean, it sold. I can't remember the last figures I saw. I know it was selling millions and millions of copies too, which is crazy because it hasn't even been fully released yet. It's still technically in the what the hell is it called? Early access or something.
Early access. That's what it was.
Yeah, but soon I think it might actually be slightly finished, but just accessible to people who have paid.
Right.
Because they've got a survival mode on Fortnite if you pay for it.
Oh, on Fortnite, yeah, there is. So with Fortnite, the Battle Royale is the free to play one, and then there is a survival PvE mode that you do have to pay for right now, but it is supposed to be free to play at some point next year.
It'd be good to play it. Yeah, they did say sometime in early 2018, I believe.
That's less than 30 days away.
Yeah, I really need to look into it because I haven't read on it in a while, and the last I heard was just at some point in 2018. So hopefully it's sooner than later.
Maybe.
Yeah, hopefully because because I did see FGS trying out a bit of the survival mode of it, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks really cool.
Huh.
Exciting.
Yeah, I haven't even really seen any gameplay of the PvE part. I've really only seen just the Battle Royale gameplay, so
yeah.
But it's still co-op and stuff like that, right? You could still
up to 4 people, yeah.
Up to 4, okay.
And I think as soon as it's at 4, it's the people that you're going to be stuck with for the entirety of it, which isn't really that bad.
Right.
It does look fun though.
Yeah, one thing I noticed too when I first started looking at it too is for the paid versions, it was weird because they had 4 or 5 different editions of the game you can get. You know, there was a base version for such and such dollars, and then a slightly better version for such and such dollars or whatever. But that's the wrong way of wording it. Better version. It was just, it would have more cosmetic stuff and
stages.
Characters.
You get what you pay for. The more you pay for, the higher.
Yeah, it would just have
package,
extra
cosmetic stuff and character stuff or something like that.
Yeah, but at least it gives you items for getting to a certain level, reaching a certain level. So got the first ones you'll see is one for when you hit level 10 and one for when you hit level 25. If I can recall, the one you unlock at level 10 is a new song for the bus, and the level 25 one's a new glider.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's what I was seeing in, last night when I was playing it.
Nice.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool because it has like daily challenges too. Like when I was playing it, the daily challenge was, I think, just defeat 10 enemies or something like that. Which I think it's random because Inebriation's daily challenge was get like a certain number of shotgun kills.
Yeah.
So I think it's different for each person.
Yeah, good thing about it is the daily challenges to stack up if you can't complete them.
Oh, really? So since I didn't finish it yesterday...
You're going to have 2 this time.
Really?
I'm going to have 4 this time.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a good concept.
Yeah, that is. I like that. I didn't know that. Yeah, because we played it for a while last night, but I had played it like just a few matches with just Inebriation like a week or 2 before that. And I don't know if it even had daily challenges back then at that point. I don't know if it did because I don't remember seeing that. I mean, we played such a small amount of it. Like, I don't even really remember that much of it. We literally did just a couple matches, but yeah, we played quite a bit last night. It was a lot of fun.
It is a great game.
It is, and it's I can't wait to see what it does. Because you have to figure once the PvE part goes free to play, like you'd have to expect that's gonna blow up too.
Yeah.
And it just keeps getting bit bigger too. Especially the battle royale. There's a ton of people playing it. I see on Twitch all the time now, and even a lot of the big PUBG streamers I'm seeing play Fortnite now. I see Doc playing Fortnite at times. I see Grims.
Doc would be kind of funny to watch on Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I found a Destiny streamer under the name of Grenada Jake, one of the best Destiny players on the system, and he was even streaming Fortnite today.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the Destiny community that's been playing it too. Dr. Lupo plays it a lot. Teptitef's been playing it a lot. I even saw Watts and Holzman was playing it. I think Briar has been getting into it. I'm not sure, but a lot of the people I follow and watch are people in the Destiny community. I mean, I obviously pay a lot of attention to that. And that's actually probably a good segue. get into some of the Destiny stuff. So I'm trying to think if we should start with, I mean, because I'm trying to think when Bungie got, I guess the only way of really saying it, got caught with their hand in the cookie jar,
right?
With this XP gate or whatever you want to call it.
Oh no, it was the XP scandal.
Did we talk about that last week, or did it happen during this week?
I think it happened during. We talked a little bit. We talked about it,
but not.
But we thought it was a different problem rather than a scandal.
Right.
We thought it was just a glitch in the system.
Yeah, because Monday.
Which is what we talked about.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we did that daily dose, that video, or it wasn't technically a daily dose. It was just a quick video we did.
Yeah, because then that's that Monday, last Monday, I was talking to you about it. Since we had enough time before dropping you off to work, we parked for a second. I was like, wait, so what did it affect?
Yeah, and that's what it was, because we saw Bungie's response to it before we had even heard about the problem beforehand, is what it was. Right. So Homicidal and I made a video about it, just about Bungie's response. So it was so from our point of view, it was just like, oh, Bungie's changing this. But then the next day, like, I realized, wait,
why?
This had been going on for a few weeks. Like, there was some Redditors, some people on Reddit that had been investigating the XP gains in Destiny 2, and they'd been noticing some irregularities in it for the past couple weeks. And so I guess what was happening, Bungie was pretty much throttling XP gains. So, like, the numbers popping up would still show, you're gaining such and such XP, but your XP bar moving up wouldn't reflect that amount. And when Bungie's little blog post or whatever, their response to it was saying, it wasn't really like a sorry or it was kind of like, yeah, we're on your side. That's not working out how we want it to, kind of thing. Yeah. Like it was kind of weird. It was like admitting there was a problem, but without like admitting fault, pretty much. The whole thing about it was just really shady, kind of sketchy. It was bad timing. It was really bad timing.
Like, they kind of left it at, oh, that wasn't what we intended, but we'll fix that now that you notice.
Because like, what it was doing as well is, like, if you're doing quicker, easier to farm activities, like public events and stuff that are faster, it would scale down your XP. And then if you're doing like raids or crucible or stuff that takes a little bit longer, it would scale it up. So throttling it is actually almost kind of like the wrong word to use, you know, because when you hear throttling it, you're thinking that they're just throttling it. But in reality, sometimes you'd be getting nerfs to it, sometimes you'd be getting buffs to it, sometimes it would actually be buffing your gains. But regardless, it was still just bad. It was still just really bad, you know. And so Bungie did immediately deactivate the system. So now I think it's I don't know. I'd have to look into it. So I don't know how the XP gains are right now. In that post they pretty much said that they're going to be looking over the data for the next week or so to kind of see how to go about it in the future.
And then it won't happen again.
So I think you're just getting the XP gains that you're supposed to be getting. I think because they were deactivating the system that would buff it or nerf it, you know, that would you know, do that would taper it or whatever. I can't think of the word right now, but it was just really bad timing, you know, because the community was already kind of
hating on them.
Yeah, they were already kind of hating on them, you know, for the lack of an end game, the lack of any incentive to do, because like how we've talked about before, like there isn't a content drought in Destiny 2. There's a lot of content, there's a lot of stuff to do. There's just no really reason to do it. There's an incentive problem in Destiny 2. And that's what we're going to be getting into here in a second, is some of the stuff that Bungie has detailed recently about that they're going to change. Some changes that are going to be coming this week. Some of them are actually coming this week on the 5th, but...
And I wouldn't know if there's lack of incentives, because I'm just like, hey, this is fun.
Well, yeah, because you're just going through the campaign part. Like, the part you're in is actually the best part of Destiny 2. Like, the Destiny 2 campaign and the grind from, like, 0 to, like, 285 is... Well, no, 265. 265 is when it kind of, like, hits... Because you level up so fast, but then it seems like when you hit 265, it just kind of, like, hits a brick wall. Road. I mean, you could still level up. It just slows down dramatically.
Lame.
And that's actually the area I'm at on PC right now. All my characters on PC are like in the 260s.
Wasn't it last night or the night before where I played and I didn't really get anything at all for what I grinded for? And you're like, oh, you're really going to hate it when you get to this point then. I'm like, I don't want to hate it. I just started liking it.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're not gonna like hate it, you know, not like actual hate it. But...
Well, yeah, not actual hate, but I don't want to be frustrated with it like I was the first one when I've gotten a hell of a lot farther.
Yeah. But like, I really want to mention this because like I was just gonna record like almost like a solo video this week. I was kind of planning on it, but I never got around to it because I really wanted to talk about. It was really making me sad seeing the Destiny community how it was over the last like week or so, because after this stuff happened, like the community just pretty much started turning on each other. I mean, it's documented how amazing the Destiny community is, you know, like like all this. I mean, it's just incredible, like with how well the directory does, you know, like. I mean, the Destiny community was like one of the first directories that really like actually like promoted each other, you know, like on Twitch, like with rating and hosting and all that. Like most directories weren't doing that, you know, like the Destiny community started that. And then you see like what they do every year with Guardian Con and the Guardian Con marathon streams. I mean, raising over $1 million, you know, for St. Jude's.
It brought everybody together for such an amazing accomplishments, and now it's starting to slowly divide all of them because of
exactly the gameplay. And then this last week, I mean, the Destiny community has always had to deal with haters and trolls and stuff like that, but when that happens, it was usually the community would stand strong together, and go against the trolls and haters pretty much. But this time we were seeing the community turn on itself. Like even well-respected people in the Destiny community kind of turning on other content creators in the Destiny community. So it was kind of,
that's rough.
Briar Rabbit actually made a really good video about this. Like, anyone watching this, I highly recommend checking out Briar Rabbit's channel on YouTube, and he has a video talking about this, and he definitely explains it a lot better than I can. And it's a really good video. I liked it a lot. But the community has kind of been down this road before in Destiny 1. It's interesting because vanilla Destiny 1, we're almost kind of in a similar position than it was back then. The thing back then, though, was that it was like an actual content drought. Like Destiny 1, it was kind of the opposite thing. Destiny 1 actually had a really good reward and incentive system, a good loot system, but there wasn't just a lot to do. Whereas, like I said, this time, there's a lot to do, just no real reason of doing it.
Right.
Hopefully that's going to change, though, because on the 29th, so like I said at the beginning of this episode, on Wednesday, Bungie came out with their blog post, The State of Destiny 2. All right, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to go over kind of like the overview. And what they did, they put down... They pretty much put the topics that they were talking about in the TWAB like a month ago when they were saying some of the changes. So like they put that down and then they put like an update to it. So starting off, it says, we previously published a list of upcoming Destiny 2 improvements we want to deliver. Some of these updates will be introduced on December 5th and December 12th. Others will land in the new year. Okay, so first we have new systems and rewards to give our most engaged players additional optional pursuits. So that's pretty much the hardcore, and this is what they need to do. Like we said, it's really geared towards the casual, and they really need to give a lot of love to their hardcore base. So there's going to be a new weapon tier called Masterworks, which will feature stat trackers, random re-rollable stat bonuses, unique item tooltips, and item details screens. And then you can check out the blog to see that there's actually like a picture and stuff detailing what the new item screen will look like. I'm stoked with this, with what these Masterworks are going to be. I believe. Let me look real quick. I think the Masterworks are coming December 12th. Okay, yeah. So the Masterwork weapon tier is going to be on the December 12th update. And so this obviously isn't like a silver bullet, right? That's going to fix like the weapon system, but it's definitely a first step. It's definitely a step in the right direction. And it's not like full, like random weapon rolls, It's more like there's one new slot in the weapon mod slot, and it's a random re-rollable stat bonus. So in the picture they show, it boosts reload speed. So I'm imagining other ones would probably be like improved impact, improved range, improved stability, improved handling, stuff like that. Probably
that'd be good.
So like I said, it's a good start. I mean, you could see this being advanced like in the future, with maybe adding, hell, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I really would like to see it eventually get to random weapon rolls again.
That would be kind of nice, because, I mean, the way you're describing it compared to what I've been getting when I play, it's like, oh, why didn't I play Destiny 1?
Right. I don't know, what do you think of the Masterworks Homicidal, like this new weapon tier?
I mean, when I first had a look at it, it just blew my mind. Once again, they're finally listening to the community. But they're doing it in a completely different way. And it's actually shocking the Destiny community of how they're trying to bring out new stuff. Because I've always said that it's either they bring out a new weapon and ammo tier,
right?
Or they bring out a 10 ton of new exotics. But now that we've got that new weapon tier and the rerollable weapon systeming for it, it's just going to make everything much better for the community.
Yeah, it is. It is going to add. It is going to add like a grind now, you know, because so now when legendary engrams drop, there's a chance of those decrypting into a masterwork tier weapon, and then
you can't hear us.
Yeah, Boo in chat said I can't hear you.
I wonder how long that's been going on.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's muted.
It's not muted. And this didn't get pulled. It's still plugged in.
No, that's like what we hear. That's not Mike.
Oh, but like what like.
Oh, she's saying might be on her end.
Oh.
Yeah, it might be because there was some other people in chat earlier that I think was able to hear us. Yeah, hopefully it.
I hope it's just a glitch.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm looking at OBS and stuff, and it's reading it.
Yeah.
I can hear it.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, yeah, Homicidal. Yeah, he's listening on his end too, I think.
I hope your intern's on.
Okay, and then continuing on, improved vendor rewards, adding ways for people to purchase items directly with their legendary shards and tokens, adding armor ornaments that grant visual. Okay, Boo said in chat. Okay, my end. Sorry about that. Okay, you're all right, Boo. Don't worry about it.
Just keeping us on our toes.
All right. Then we have. Okay, adding armor ornaments that grant visual permutations of armor as players complete specific challenges. Better incentives for players who complete challenging prestige activities. We're targeting a January update to provide better incentives to complete prestige activities. So this is amazing news for people that run, you know, prestige nightfalls, prestige raids, because that's been a huge problem. I mean, even people who are like big raiders, they won't even do the prestige raid because there's literally like no real incentive to do the prestige raid over like the regular raid. Right? So it's like, and this is going to be awesome. I'm really stoked to see what they do with this. And like I said, they're targeting it for a January 1, so
that's
not
too far away.
And then this next one is one I'm really stoked for hearing. Better rewards and replay value for strikes, adventures, and lost sectors. Because those are all activities that I do a lot and that I like doing.
Those are fun.
In December, we will be introducing a heroic strikes playlist and more generous strike rewards. Rewards for adventures and lost sectors are still on our radar, but will not be delivered for our December updates. Okay, I don't remember hearing that part. Okay, so, and in one of the Curse of Osiris streams, we did see that there is going to be heroic adventures now too. There was some heroic emblems or adventure emblems that were like purple instead of like orange or whatever. They were purple now.
Right.
So there is going to be heroic adventures, which I think is an excellent idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't notice this earlier when I had been going over this. So yeah, rewards for adventures in lost sectors are still on our radar, but will not be delivered for our December updates. Okay, so hopefully we'll see that in January.
Sometime in 2018.
Right.
And also, I like the idea of heroic adventures.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. And I'm really stoked on the heroic strike playlist as well.
Definitely.
You would think maybe we would see these rewards for adventures in lost sectors at least by the spring, at least for expansion 2, right? Because that's kind of the general time frame that we're looking at for the second expansion is springtime.
I'm gonna have to get the expansions. In due time.
We're gonna have to do that. This is a big one too. Private matches for the Crucible. Still targeting early 2018 and expect to have better insight into exact timing in the new year. We are also moving ranked PvP to the top of our priority list for next year to support the competitive community. I am so glad that they finally mentioned this. The competitive community in Destiny have wanted ranked PvP since the beginning. They've literally wanted it for years. And Bungie has never really ever mentioned those words together, ranked and PvP. But right here, they finally mention it.
Which is really good, because, I mean, it would be frustrating to go into the Crucible and you're playing with somebody that's definitely overpowered or overranked, or, you know, and it's just like cheap shots.
And to your point, the matchmaking systems have been into question in some point or the other during Destiny's lifetime, on more than one occasion. Because there's like because it's like, you know, is it skill-based matchmaking? Is it connection-based matchmaking? That's why in Destiny 2 they have the two playlists right now. There's quick play and competitive. And what Bungie has told us is that quick play is focused a little bit more on, I think quick play is more connection based. So it's going to prioritize the matchmaking someone with the best connection to you. Where competitive, I think that one is a little bit more skill based. So it's going to match you up with people kind of more in your like kind of KD range.
It should be overall.
So what ranked is, you haven't really played a lot of Overwatch, so you wouldn't really. This might go over your head a little bit.
Overwatch would be a lot of fun.
We do need to play that too.
I need to get Overwatch.
But so what it does as you play, you have a rank, you know, like as you play more and more PvP, you know, it's just like same thing in PvE, you know, your experience bar fills up and then you rank up, right?
Right.
So what it is on paper, it will match you up with people in your same range. So hopefully it should help with matchmaking and stuff even more. So it's just something that
they should have had already overall, like from day one.
Yeah, it is another one of those things.
Beta edition, they should have already had that.
Especially a lot of PvP centric games have ranked stuff like this. It's a more modern thing, but you are seeing it in most games nowadays. Where are we at? Okay, Crucible tuning. This we've actually already seen already. Crucible tuning, like adjusted supremacy scoring and better spawning rolls. Better incentives for completing Crucible matches and penalties for quitting competitive games. Quitter penalty system is currently in development, and you can expect an update on the deployment of this system in the new year. Continued improvements to Iron Banner and faction rallies, including uniqueness of rewards. The next Iron Banner and faction rally will introduce improvements in both these areas, which I'm stoked. I mean, we did get the final Iron Banner in Season 1. Was it like last week, I think, when... Homicidal and I played quite a bit of it. And we must be pretty big gluttons for punishment, because it was kind of a crapshoot.
Salty mission.
Yeah, because it was Clash, and it was just it was super campy. Like, it was super campy, and it was, yeah. I mean, it had its moments. It had its moments where it was alright, but it was also kind of a pain in the butt. Changes to make this one I'm really stoked on too. Changes to make the mod economy more interesting and impactful. The Gunsmith will have some updates to how mods are acquired. We are exploring more updates to the system in the new year. And that is one of the best things that I like hearing about it, is that they're exploring more updates to the system in the new year. So I think one of the changes that we're going to see on either the 5th or the 12th. So on one of these December updates, Banshee is going to be selling mods, you know. So the way you acquire mods are going to be done a little bit differently than how they are currently.
That's good.
And like I said, I like hearing that they're exploring other ways of implementing it. You know, it's not like just like, okay, here's this little change and that's it, we're going to call it a day. Like I said earlier with the Masterworks, pretty much all these updates, like I said, none of it's really like a magic pill or a silver bullet that's going to fix the game. You know, it's all pretty much a first step in a larger picture.
Under construction.
Exactly. And, you know, some people might not like that. You know, when they put $60 down for a game, they expect that to be the full game and to be it done, which I don't blame them. right? Like normally that's the case, but Destiny is a different breed of a game. It's a live game. It changes over time. It changes week to week.
It'd be a completely different story if they weren't making the effort to fix all of the bugs and issues that's surfaced since the release. So, I mean, it would just be a completely different story if they weren't putting their 2 cents in to get it fixed. But I can understand where the other people would come from of, like you said, they put money down, it should be already done.
And like I said, like, I get that argument, you know, like, I get it. Like, and even though, you know, like I said, Destiny, it's different, you know, like, it's a different type of game. It's a live game. It changes week to week. Okay, so exactly. At least they do listen and do make changes that the community wants. Think it could be worse. Think if they just never really did anything, you know,
like No Man's Sky.
Well, No Man's Sky has came out with some updates. I haven't even played any of them or whatever, you know, but
no, I think we can sell that one back to GameStop.
No Man's Sky was a different thing though. There was just a lot of stuff not in the game that they said that was going to be in it. And that one just got at it. That one just got away from them, you know, like
slipped out of their hands.
Yeah, I mean it's a studio of like 10 people that are not PR people, and the game just got way too big for them and just overpromised and undersold. But
Destiny's much better, and they're working on improvements. It's just under construction.
All right, ongoing improvements to exotics, including adjustments to reduce instances of duplication. We plan to tune underperforming exotics. I'm looking at you. The hell's it called?
I don't know that one thing.
That awful grenade launcher, exotic grenade launcher. I can't even think of it right now. Oh, it's gonna bug me. It's not Iron Wolf or whatever.
Google.
yeah, this joke went over my head. Got away from me. Oh, whatever. Yeah, there's
It's been a long day after all.
Yeah, Boo said, yeah, the lion head one.
Yeah, see, she's there for us.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, is it like Better Lions or something? Or no, that's Better Devils. It's something with the lion head. Yeah, it's easily the worst gun in the game. It's a single launch, single shell, like, or single shot grenade launcher, exotic grenade launcher. It's awful.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Devastating.
Fighting Lion. There we go. Thank you, Boo. Yes, I'm looking at you, Fighting Lion.
The name must be kind of ironic. It's not very.
Yeah, right. Fighting Lion. It's like more like Sleeping Lion.
Narcoleptic lion.
Okay, and then this next one is I'm looking at homicidal on this one. New ways to spend surplus currency and materials. Looking at you, legendary shards.
Right? You have so many legendary shards.
Okay.
I've almost hit 2,000.
Okay,
Jesus.
You know what's crazy? I was starting to really think that, like, God, homicidal might have like the most legendary shards in Destiny history. But then I was listening to, was it the Destiny Community Podcast? Was it DCP?
Maybe.
I think it might have been them, and I don't remember who it was. I think someone in there said that they had over 2,000. So
it's just a rare breed.
So yeah, so you might not have like the most in the Destiny community, but you definitely have one of the most. Like, you're definitely high up on that list for sure.
You're in the top 100.
See, and the thing is, no matter who it was, if it was somebody on DCP, if it was the podcast I'm thinking of, that person is a full-time Destiny streamer, right? So like they have a lot more time to play the game than most people do.
But he's always up till like 4 or 5 a.m. playing the game.
Exactly. Yeah. To be fair, he does probably play it more than. I'd be curious to see how many hours you have in it. Like I don't even know how many hours I even have on Destiny 2 yet. And even I don't know. I need to look that up actually.
What is your count at Legendary Shards now?
Yeah, do you know what it's at?
I can check now. I don't know exactly what my legendary shard count is.
I think the last I heard was like 1,600 and something.
I thought it was 32 something.
Something like that.
Or close to.
No, I think he's probably somewhere around, probably getting close to like 1700 maybe. Somewhere right in there.
Right.
11 days, 9 hours, and 11 minutes.
Okay, so 11 days. All right, sorry, yeah, I got to do the math here real quick. So it was 11, what was it, 11 days?
Yeah, 11 days, 9 hours.
So
some odd minutes.
24 times 11, that's 264. Plus the 9, so 264, 273. Yeah, so you're pretty much at like 273.
Yeah.
Or 273.
Yeah.
Well, and the good news for hoarding your legendary shards, you'll be able to spend tokens on. I can't read that far away.
Yeah, so yeah,
I'm blind.
I am stoked on this too, on a lot of these changes coming to vendor system and stuff. So yeah, players will be able to spend tokens and legendary shards on vendor inventory. So now you're going to actually see vendor inventory across the board. So that's Dead Orbit, New Monarchy, Future War Call, Crucible,
You're ahead of the game.
Vanguard. Yeah, you're going to see it across the board. Xur will also have new items as well.
He's going to be going and getting the best stuff.
Yeah, he's going to have... this is a December 12th. Actually, I probably should have been reading this differently. I probably should have split it between the days. You know, I probably should have went, this is all the ones coming out on the 5th, and this is all the ones coming out on the 12th. But we will...
We're going off the cuff.
Excuse
us for playing it by ear.
Yeah, we will go over what is coming out which day. Yeah, Boo said in chat too. Yep, 3 of Coins. 3 of Coins is making a return, which is kind of a mystery to a lot of people in the community because a lot of people kind of hated it. But to be fair, it is done differently.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people kind of weren't really big fans of 3 of Coins in D1 because it was kind of weird how it was done. You know, you'd have to pop it before like a boss battle or before a Crucible match, or
I would totally forget to do that.
Exactly, and a lot of people would do that.
My mission that I plan on going on. I'm like, oh wait, why can't I find it?
Yeah, I mean, if you were grinding Crucible or something, you would literally have to pop them before every match for a better chance of an exotic dropping at the end, is what it was. But how 3 of Coins is going to work in Destiny 2 is more like the Fire Team medallions, to where you'll pop it, and then you will get that buff of a chance of an exotic to drop for 4 hours. I think it's going to be 4 hours, just like the Fire Team medallion.
Yeah. It's a game changer. I mean, this is what they should have done back in Destiny 1, was put it on a set timer. Because I know the only time I really used 3 of Coins was in raids and the Trials of the Nine. And it was an honest pain to keep popping them as soon as you get into the match.
That would be hard to remember to do, and so frustrating if by the time you're done with the match you realize, oh, I didn't do it before.
Exactly. Right. That would happen all the time.
That's like writing down a whole essay on your laptop and then going to hit print and you hit delete.
Oh god. Oh, that'd be so bad.
I would cry.
I would too. I have before. It happened on an Instagram post.
Yeah.
It was so long. And it just...
Yeah, Boo said in chat, then there were the weird ones that didn't drop exotics. Looking at you, Omnigal. Yeah, then you'd have that too.
Omnigal barely ever dropped anything though, so...
Yeah, I don't think that was a design choice either. I think that was some kind of bug almost, like...
Could have been.
Because then I remember there was that meta where Farm Niggle was happening, where everyone would farm Omnigul for God, I don't remember what it was for.
That one thing. It was the hottest new trend.
Yeah, that one thing that did the one thing. Yeah, because there was a way to where you can just fly through the Omnigul strike, and I think it was I can't remember. It was
that thing you do.
I think it was for the the Class of Malak, or I know it's been so long since D1, right? Like I can't even remember.
I don't even know D1. The farthest I ever gotten that was creating my character, and that's it. I mean, by the time she moved over to Destiny 2, she was still at 0.
Yeah. Yeah, because you literally only did like the first.
I didn't even do any missions. Like the campaign, you know, when you first start, and it's that first campaign, and then you get into where you're supposed to go, and you have your first legit missions after the intro. I never got past the intro, and you helped me with the intro because I was getting so frustrated I couldn't get past it.
Yeah.
So I mean, the most I ever did was create my character.
All right. Okay, so I'm trying to look how they do this.
All right.
Okay.
Currently 1,696 legendary shards exact.
Ooh, so right under 1,700.
Alright.
I'm gonna do some things to get some legendary engrams and stuff.
Oh, we got him set on his next fix to get more.
Yeah, you got to get on that Curse of Osiris prep. I was actually planning on. I mean, me and you did play a little bit of Destiny together earlier today.
It booted you out twice, but I was able to not die during the missions. That it was nice.
Yeah, you actually got it finished, so.
Although I am still disappointed that I saw that green or blue Ingram fall on the thing, and I was going to get it, and as I went to go get it, the platform that it had just like barely missed and fallen down on, I was on the platform, and then it like disappeared, and I fell and died. And it was after we already killed the boss. I was like, I wanted that Ingram. I wanted to know what was in it, and it went off the edge. I was what a waste.
Mm-hmm. All right, real quick while we're on this, I'm gonna go through real quick and mention what ones of these changes is coming out on which update. So, the Masterwork weapon tier is coming out on the December 12th update, and that is also the day that the Dawning Winter event starts. Is December 12th. So December 5th is when Season 2 will start and Curse of Osiris drops. And then December 12th will be a week later, so that will be when some other changes comes, and then when the Dawning starts.
It's going to be busy.
Yeah, December, I think it's going to be an awesome time for Destiny 2. I mean, it's really going to be, Lono, he made a video like a while ago, and he said a lot of his predictions have been coming he's been on a roll, really, with his predictions. I remember he said something like, come January, February, you're not even going to recognize the game, you know, like, and it's looking like that. And this is before all these changes were detailed, you know, right. So, and now that we're seeing all this, it's like, yeah, it's kind of starting to look that way. So the Masterwork weapon tier will be December 12th. Armor ornaments is December 5th. So that's Vanguard Faction Armor, Crucible, Trials of the Nine, Iron Banner, Dead Orbit, Future War Cult, New Monarchy, and Raid Lair Armor. So there's going to be the Raid Lair ones as well. December 12th, Faction Armor and Weapons will be unlocked for purchase for Legendary Shards and Faction Tokens. The Zerg changes will be December 12th. December 5th, Banshee will have some updates on the weapon and armor mod front. December 5th. Okay, so for players chasing a world legendary or looking for Masterworks, Master Rahul will sell some of his rumored hoard of legendary engrams for legendary shards. Okay, so that's December 5th. So, Master Rahul will. So you'll be able to buy legendary engrams now from Master Rahul now, kind of like how you were able to in Destiny 1. So you'll be able to buy those now for legendary shards starting on the 5th. December 12th, Commanders of Allah and Lord Shaxx will sell gift consumables for legendary shards that can be used during a strike or crucible match that will serve the following functions. Grant bonus rewards to everyone in that activity upon completion, friend or foe alike. Award anything from faction tokens to a round of exotics for everyone in the match. That's kind of interesting.
It is. It's like when I'm playing and I'm going to an adventure and I end up shooting people that enters me in the event, and then they kill them, and I didn't really do much, but then I still get loot, and I'm like, I should have killed more for the loot. Right. I gotta earn it. I can't be getting no freeloader stuff. It's more enjoyable when you earn it.
It is. Yeah. Then December 5th, there's going to be changes affecting reputation tokens. Daily challenges will have reputation token awards increased across the board.
That was the innovation. He waved.
No, he didn't. That's just letting him know that he dropped in.
Oh.
That's not him doing anything.
I'm still learning a lot
I always ignore those because if they want to lurk,
Oh, well, my bad. Now I know it won't happen again.
You're good.
I'm a special kind of special.
Cade's treasure chests still offer variable rewards, but now guarantee at minimum a payout of destination appropriate reputation tokens. So I'm glad Cade's treasure chest will now no longer troll you when you open it and there's not a damn thing in it.
Mm-hmm.
It will at the very least have it seems like destination tokens, it seems, and probably a little bit of glimmer, I'm guessing. Strikes will drop a larger number of Vanguard tokens. Common quality destination resource tokens will have their drop rates increased to 100%, and values per token increased as well by 50% for common quality tokens and 250% for rare quality tokens. On the balance, reputation required per reward engram will increase for destination factions and gunsmith. Raid tokens will be redeemed at Benedict immediately upon obtaining a token instead of requiring a full clear before unlocking. So now you can actually redeem your raid tokens just by getting them. It doesn't require a clear. So now you can get your raid tokens and then turn them in. You don't have to actually beat the raid to turn them in. And then finally, with the launch of Curse of Osiris in the beginning of Season 2, you can expect to see a full suite of patch notes that will document all of the changes outlined above, as well as additional gameplay and sandbox tuning changes the team is making to improve Destiny 2. We'll also soon be providing preload and launch day details, as well as a roadmap for our Season 2 content, which includes the dawning in mid-December. Alright, so yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, I was really... What?
Oh, nothing. That first bark didn't sound like a bark.
It really didn't. But yeah, stupid dogs being stupid.
As always. Hopefully we'll be out of here soon.
Yeah, so
that's a break compared to the other window.
A lot of changes. Like I'm really stoked to see honestly that many changes already, because remember when that TWAB was first wrote with a lot of those changes? Like, we honestly weren't expecting to see a lot of changes with Curse of Osiris, right? Remember I had been talking about this, that Curse of Osiris was probably almost finished by the time a lot of this feedback was getting to Bungie,
Right.
So it's kind of pretty crazy that they are implementing this many changes already.
It is.
And one thing Bungie has been mentioning lately, I actually listened to, they also put out a new episode of the Bungie podcast recently that I listened to at work the other day. And they talked a lot about transparency and communication, and that they need to communicate a little bit better, like they need to not go on these long spaces of, not really telling us anything and
leaving us in the dark.
Exactly. I mean, they have the TWAB every week, but that's just like a blog post, like I think it would be awesome if they did something like the Warframe devs do Digital Extremes. They have...
Why did we ever buy this chair?
They have their Prime streams every week, and then they have dev streams like every other week, I think.
Right.
Is when it is. So yeah, if you guys haven't heard that, I definitely recommend checking out the Bungie podcast, their recent episode. It was only like a 45-minute episode, so it wasn't really that long a one. And they actually got pretty transparent, they actually talked a lot about, mistakes they made, stuff. They dove a lot deeper into these changes and some of the stuff that they plan on in the future, so.
Which is really cool. And honorable.
And the day after that big update, they did still come out with a TWAB. I kind of wasn't really expecting him to. Granted, it really wasn't that big a one, obviously, because they already had all that. They pretty much came out with a little trailer showing off some of the armor and weapons that they were going to show off on the final Curse of Osiris stream that they were going to do that they ended up canceling, which I haven't watched. I have not watched this trailer, and I don't want to. I want to see those weapons and armor when I get it.
No spoilers?
Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen it.
Spoilers. Oh, yeah. We haven't been given any spoilers away on Talking Dead. Is this like the third week we haven't done it?
Yeah, we've really been slacking on that too.
It's just Mondays get so hectic, and it's like the busiest day of the week that by the time we get home, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've already forgot what happened.
Okay, real quick, here is some preload and storage requirements for Curse of Osiris. Players may begin to preload Curse of Osiris starting at 8 a.m. Pacific on December 5th. And then the storage requirements for the preloading, PlayStation 4 is 88 gigs, Xbox One is 44 gigs, and PC will be 68 gigs. It's kind of weird that those three platforms are that different. Mm-hmm. Like PS4 is literally double what the Xbox One is. And then Jesus. PC is kind of right there in the middle. Another change that's coming on the 5th that I didn't really get into, I'm pretty stoked for, is the Xbox One X and PS4 Pro enhancement patch. It should be pushed out at that same time as well.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah. And then...
I winked.
Okay, and then the daily and weekly reset will be changing next Tuesday with the release of Curse of Osiris as well, too. So the daily and weekly resets are going to be, they'll take effect now at 9 a.m. Pacific. So it's going to be like 10 a.m. our times now. It used to be, remember Tefty would stream until reset, which I think
was like 2 a.m.
It was like 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning, something like that. It was some crazy times. So a lot of content creators and YouTubers are actually stoked with this because, you know, there's some content creators that makes reset videos and, you know, stuff like that. So they get up that early so they could see what the changes are and then make a video on it. I kind of did it for a little while. Remember when I used to do weekly vendor videos and stuff like that?
You haven't done one of those in a long time.
No, I have not.
Long time.
All right, real quick, what we'll get into, I need to pull it up too. Some of just the loot box controversy that's been going on. Like we mentioned earlier when we were talking about, you know, Bungie's XP issues and stuff. Another thing that made that really shady is that, of course, that ties in with the Eververse, and Eververse is Destiny's microtransactions and loot box system, which is done really well, right? Because you can get engrams by playing the game at a pretty consistent rate, you know. Granted, this XP shenanigans that was going on kind of made it a little bit harder, but at least it's fixed now for the most part.
I just don't like the brutal honesty of microtransactions and DLCs, because it's like back in the day you bought the game, it didn't come with anything else, and then nowadays it's like you pay $60 for a new game and then you pay $30, $15 for DLC, and it's like, oh, why can't it just all come in one? Why can't it just be already free?
Right. And then what I wanted to mention is because, like, when I was on that video game news app earlier,
how can Atlanteans shave with less irritation after a lifetime in salt water?
I hate this.
The Gillette Pro Shield
website.
Gillette.
God, GameSpot, you're stupid. Why do you have videos that automatically play?
Facebook does that too, and it drives me insane because I'm like, I have to remember to turn off the sound.
That's the only way you can get somebody to watch your stupid videos, shove it down their throat.
Well, yeah, because then even on Facebook videos, they'll have like a 15 to 30 second ad between a 2-minute video. And it's like, really? Yeah. You're that greedy for advertisement? Like, I don't know. I don't like the consumer world too much. That's a whole other story for another day.
Yeah, so what I wanted to mention, because there was something on here I saw, it said that EA lost, it was like $2 billion or something, it said, in stock or something over this.
Oh, yeah. The microtransactions.
Yeah.
Controversy thing that was shady and not cool to do.
No, so, I mean, it's definitely taken a toll on him.
Sorry, I didn't mean to move so much. I just thought I felt something in my slipper, but nothing was there. I think it was the tag.
And God damn it, there was something in here I saw that I wanted to mention real quick too. What the hell was it? Where was it? Oh yeah, it was with PUBG. PUBG is supposed to be coming to the Xbox One preview program on the 12th. And I don't know if it's that same day or not, but I also heard that that I believe their new map, their desert map or something should be dropping at some point. Boo asked in chat, wasn't the EA stuff non-cosmetic? So yeah, so the EA thing, to kind of to get into that a little bit, what it was is like, not only did it cost way too much to get. Okay, so what you were getting with it is like these star cards and stuff that would actually change like weapon damage and stuff like that. So it was literally like pay to win stuff, but then there was also to unlock heroes, so to like unlock like Vader or Luke Skywalker and stuff like that. You would literally like some players did the math, and you'd have to grind like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours, or spend, I can't remember what it was it like 50, 60, 70 bucks or something, like in real world money,
Jesus,
to unlock it. Like it was bad. It was just done. It was not done in a good way.
They had a terrible case of throttling.
And it didn't help that it was EA. You know, EA has already had a bad rep, like, of being a kind of sleazy, greedy video game publisher. You know, they've had this rep for a while, you know. Exactly, yeah. EA has always kind of had shit going on.
Truth.
There was something I noticed in here earlier. It said something about...
It's probably up.
Okay, yeah. Destiny 2 Season 1 ends very soon. Weekly reset brings new Nightfall Strike.
Ooh. Sorry.
Okay, here's Sabathoon's song Nightfall. Alright, Tuesday, December 5th marks the launch of Destiny 2's first expansion, Curse of Osiris. Coinciding with that, the first season of content will come to an end, bringing a refresh to certain aspects of the game. For now, the final weekly reset of Season 1 has taken place, introducing a new and familiar Nightfall Strike. Wait. The final weekly reset? Oh no, this is... Okay, yeah, this is... Wait, weekly reset? I thought they did weekly resets on Tuesdays.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I am too.
It's clickbait.
Nightfall Strike, Flashpoint, Eververse. Okay, yeah, I think this was from last week's. I think this is older, because it says that the Flashpoint is rotated to the EDZ, and that's the one that it currently was. Okay, yeah, I'm just a tired idiot, and I probably didn't need to be reading that. So,
ooh, ha, ha.
So real quick, Homicide, what are you looking forward to the most with Curse of Osiris?
Mainly the competitive stuff being sorted out, with the penalties for leaving early.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the biggest problems we had in the Crucible matches, is that people wouldn't get the game mode that they want, so they'd, just leave the games.
Yeah.
It's going to spoil the match for everyone else that wants to do well in that match.
Mm-hmm. Like the week that me and you played a lot of Iron Banner, remember how many times our teammates were leaving and me and you were kind of just stuck on our own?
Yeah, that was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That was a true pain. I didn't like it.
It takes the fun out of it.
Well, speaking of competitive and stuff with Curse of Osiris too, remember we're also getting a few new Crucible maps as well.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of stoked to see those. I know one of them is on Titan. I can't remember Actually, I think 2 of them are on Titan, but I think one of them is a PlayStation exclusive. And then the other one... God, I can't remember where the other one was. Because I'm getting it kind of confused with the strikes, too. Because I know there's... I think a couple new strikes, and then... I think there's 3 new strikes. One of them is PlayStation exclusive, so I think Xbox would get 2. I think I could just be totally butchering this, but it's something along these lines. I know. I would look it up, but we've gone pretty long here. Yeah, hour and a half. This is one of our longest episodes. Wow.
I'm a squirrel, and I like to distract people with questions.
Yeah, right. Hey, Willie Voot, how's it going? Thanks
Hello.
for stopping by. We're just about to wrap up our podcast. Denny, what's going on in chat? But yeah, so me personally, what I'm really looking forward to with Curse of Osiris probably the most is probably the campaign. I'm not really expecting much because I don't think it's really going to be too long, but I'm really stoked to finally see Osiris himself, right? And I just think it brings an awesome dynamic. Like after seeing some of those, the trailer, right? Like when we saw the trailer and stuff, I'm just really looking forward to see those. So
yeah, right. I'm just excited to get up to like level 20 and max out and get done with the campaign.
Yeah, and then you'll dive into the expansion and stuff too. So
I'm super stoked.
Yep. So yeah, Tuesday. I'm stoked for Tuesday.
One thing I want to add as well. 1,702.
1,000. I knew it. See, I told you.
He broke 1,700.
Yeah. Watch, by end of the week, he'll be up to like 17.5.
This is what I'm interested to see, though. So now that there's actually going to be all this stuff that you can actually spend legendary shards on, I'm wondering how much you're actually going to use it, because you really like getting as many as you can, right? So like, are you actually going to be spending them on some of this stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so you could tell you kind of didn't like thinking about it. So yeah.
But anyways, I think that.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for this week.
Final words?
No, that was pretty much it. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching and checking this out. If you're watching this on YouTube later, hit that thumbs up button if you like the video. Sub the channel for more content. You can, if you're watching this later on YouTube, you can actually check it out live. We stream it live at twitch.tv/SolgR every Sunday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You can jump into chat and come join the conversation with us, because we do read out, messages that are pertaining to the topic at hand in chat, so you can join the conversation. And then if you want to, Homicidal and I do stream. Fusha joins the streams every now and then, so I'll have the links down in the description, so you can check out our channels and social media there. But yeah, that's going to do it. Thanks for joining us once again, Homicidal, and thanks for watching again, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Deuces.